study shows a zero-calorie sweetener is linked to strokes, heart attacks, blood clots, and even death. The research regarding the use of the sweetener erythritol was published in the Nature Medicine journal and is the latest study raising questions about the use of alternative sweeteners. Here to talk about this further is Dr. Fahmi Farah, who is a board-certified invasive cardiologist based in Texas. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
First, I want to ask, where exactly is erythritol found in our foods, and does this newly published study surprise you?
It's found in numerous things, especially in artificial sweeteners, as you mentioned. And most artificial sweeteners contain this. And is it a surprise? Not really. We've known that artificial sweeteners are not really that great for our bodies and our heart health overall. But this study definitely gives validity to that thought for quite some time.
Over time, it seems that there's been mixed messaging regarding the use of artificial sweeteners. There's been research on rats, that rats, when they are given sugar, it is more addictive than cocaine, and they even experience withdrawal symptoms. But then there are studies showing that artificial sweeteners alter the gut microbiome and lead to diabetes. What would you tell the everyday American when it comes to whether they should choose sugar or an artificial sweetener?
When it comes to choosing sugar, it is better to go with regular natural sugar than artificial sweeteners just because of the impact it can have. And one interesting thing that study pointed out is that the group of people that use artificial sweeteners the most are our diabetic patients. And unfortunately, this study showed that diabetic patients are actually at higher risk of the complications as a result of using these artificial sweeteners, obtaining complications like having heart attack and stroke. So I would have to say that even for our diabetic patients, moderation is key, and trying to avoid artificial sweeteners.
And on the topic of studies, a new report from the World Obesity Federation's 2023 Atlas predicts 51% of the world will be overweight or obese within the next 12 years. Already in the U.S., obesity affects about 20% of children. Why is that these obesity levels are going up when there are more alternatives to ingredients and more diet trends such as gluten-free and the keto diet, for example?
Healthy choices are there, but unhealthy choices are more available still. And I think affordability plays a role as well. Healthy foods are not cheap for the most part. Fast food, worldwide fast food has become very available to all age groups. So I think culture is a big deal, and more awareness needs to happen when it comes to how important your diet is, and it's the most important contributing factor when it comes to obesity is your diet. And so healthy food is very, very crucial and important. And to make it affordable for everybody is crucial. And I think it's everybody's responsibility, from government level to healthcare providers to parents who are choosing foods for their children.
And for me, I'm just thinking back when I was a kid, everyone would, if you went to school, the first thing you would eat is cereal, but cereal has so much added sugar and there's so many different varieties. And now it seems like that they're trying to make it look like as though it's a healthier alternatives. We're seeing so many different varieties, but still it's the same sugar. What would you say is the biggest misconception as a cardiologist when it comes to heart health?
I think when it comes to heart health, most people don't know that it is the #1 killer for both men and women. And I'd have to say the biggest misconception is that people think you have to be old to get heart disease. And that's not true. We have new studies now coming up that are showing that heart attack rate is up by as much as 30% in age groups of 25 and above. This is a group that got largely ignored, and we never thought they could have heart disease, but that's not the right conception. So we just need to educate the public and everybody that your care for your heart health, which means eating healthy, exercising, needs to start at a far earlier age.
Absolutely. Again, Dr. Fahmi Farah, thank you so much again for your time.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.